everyone, welcome. This is Jamie with Sweet Pickens. I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you're following us. We're on Sweet Pickens Reno on Instagram and Facebook, or you can find us on our YouTube channel. We are excited to show you guys a very simple, inexpensive home solution. Okay, so how many of you guys buy Febreze, the fabric spray? Have you bought it lately? Wow. It has gone up so much. I found it from $6 to $7 a bottle. Yikes, that seems so expensive to me. So we use Febreze. We've used Febreze for years. I'll do it on my couches. Once a week when I'm cleaning, I'll spray on my couches and my pillows, and I'll even use Febreze to refresh our area rugs that we have in the house. I'll shampoo them like once every 3 months or so. I'm kind of trying to be on a cycle with that. However, it's not something I'm gonna do all the time, but I wanna refresh them. We have little puppy dogs, and they may not have accidents inside, but they're still dogs and they smell. I mean, it's just how it is. You know, puppy dogs stink. So I like to just kind of refresh, right? And so I'll spray our rugs, and I'll spray the chairs, our fabric chairs and our couches. And I even do it, some of you guys may know that we ended up keeping our carpet going upstairs. When we had our floors done down here, we did choose to keep the carpet going upstairs, which I'm so grateful we did. I really enjoy sitting there sometimes. You wouldn't think that you would miss carpet, but sometimes you do. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just take my fabric spray after I get done vacuuming, because I'll vacuum all the stairs, the landing, and I'll just kind of spritz it down just to refresh it. It feels good, it's great. However, by the time you do that on your cleaning day, have you used an entire bottle? Yeah, or pretty darn close, or even half the bottle. That is expensive. And if you use it like that over and over and over again, it's like you're putting it on your list every other week, and it's a lot of money. So for us, I needed to come up with a solution. How can I cut cost in places, but not sacrifice what I need? Like, I could cut costs and not buy Febreze, but I want Febreze. I need Febreze. I want to refresh our fabric. So that was kind of the same thing. Some of you guys have watched the video with me switching from paper towels. Not 100%, we still use paper towels, but for cleaning, we were going through Costco paper towels like crazy. And so I bought a 100-pack of just white towels, and I use those now. And it has cut our budget. I've been using that for like a year and a half now. It's cut our budget significantly. I usually buy paper towels twice a year now, which is awesome because that really cuts your costs. So what I do is I just use the towels, clean everything, and when the basket is full, that means the towels are almost gone, and I will throw them in the laundry. So it has just been a win-win. So that is a way to cut our budget, because we were literally buying paper towels because, you know, I'm crafting and I'm this and that and everything else. We were buying paper towels. It was on my list every time I went to Costco. So at least once a month we were buying a pack of paper towels, which to me is so wasteful. And so that is where I came up with the towel idea. And that takes me back to this. So Febreze is just expensive, but I don't want to not have it or have something like it. So I set out to figure out how to make my own Febreze, my own version of fabric spray. Febreze is just a brand, so it's just fabric spray. How can I make my own fabric spray? So trial and error, I think I've come up with the perfect concoction. I've been using this for a few months now. It has been working out so well, and it cost pennies. Pennies. When I say pennies, I mean pennies. So there's 3 components to this that you're gonna need. I'm gonna back up just a tiny bit here so you guys can see my table totally. So you are gonna need a bottle. So here is a bottle. This actually, again, spending no money, not buying a brand new bottle. Miss Myers, I don't know if you guys use Miss Myers or buy it or not, but these came from Costco. They were a 3-pack from Costco, but they're like $18. And I love her kitchen spray. It does the job. It works so well. It doesn't bleach my clothes. It's just a win-win. Anyway, it's expensive. So I am currently working on creating and making a really good, sustainable kitchen spray. However, these bottles are excellent and I never throw them away. I keep them because I know there is going to be something down the road. I have used these for insects repellent outside on my plants. I'll just spray. And I will use them. I needed a Windex upstairs. We had one downstairs, but I needed one upstairs. So instead of buying another Windex, I just put it in one of these bottles. So you're gonna need a bottle. It does not have to be new. You can recycle and reuse something that you already have. However, make sure it is 100% cleaned out and totally dry, ready to go. You don't want any kind of residue. The next thing you're gonna need is water. You're gonna need hot water, not scalding water, not cold water. You're gonna need hot water. So that is one thing that you are going to need. Make sure you have hot water when you are ready to go. Don't let it get cool because you're gonna not get the same results. This is the magic sauce right here. So these are Downy Bliss Infusion fabric sheets. So I will say, even though Febreze is expensive, if you buy high quality fabric sheets, they are super expensive also. However, you can justify spending that money. So for our clothes, we buy the 2-pack of sheets at Costco. You know, the fabric sheets, the boxes. There's 2 boxes in a pack from Costco. We use those. It's great. I mean, they smell good, they're nice, but they don't have as much smell as I would like them to have. I want something just a little more elevated than that. So they're great for our clothes, but for this project, I wanted something a little better. So when I go and I need fabric sheets for this project, which you don't need them very often, but sometimes you get sick of the smell, so you wanna go buy a second box of a different flavor. Now Downy, this is the first time I've used Downy. I've used other kinds, but I always buy the elevated fabric sheets. But I decided to try Downy this time because they're bigger sheets, which I really do like. So this one is the Sparkling Amber and Rose. I was shocked I chose this. It smells fabulous. I love flowers. I don't love the flower smell per se. I'm more of a clean linen / citrusy kind of girl. I love citrus kind of smells. But this really worked for this project. So go to the store, smell them. You can smell them through the box, pick out a flavor that just totally resonates with you and buy it. It may be $7, $8. It's okay, because in the long run, it's going to save you so much money. So those are the 3 things you're gonna need. So here is a bottle, and the Miss Myers, some of them you guys have to soak off. I definitely like to take off my labels. I don't like to have another product in a bottle and it being labeled something else. So the Miss Myers bottles, their labels come off good, but if not, just use a hair dryer, heat gun, soak them, scrub them, whatever you need to do. But I love see how easy those came off. This bottle is washed, cleaned, dried, and repurposed because I wanted to make sure that it could get to put good use and not just head off to the landfill. So, like I said, just make sure it's completely cleaned out of any residue because you do not want to contaminate this with anything else. So you're gonna take a fabric sheet. So I'm gonna show you guys, these fabric sheets are double the size, if not more, than a regular fabric sheet. I feel like this top part and this bottom part are like the equivalent of a fabric sheet, maybe a tiny bit bigger, but look at how big that is. So it is a extra large sheet. You get 80 in this box, in this particular box. So I really like the bigger ones. So what I do is I take it and I fold it. I don't fold it tight, I fold it loose. And then I stick it in my bottle. Now, it's not gonna just kind of stick down in, you kind of gotta play with it because you don't wanna really crunch it per se. the water's gonna do that for you. It's gonna really soften it up, but I just kind of like twist and turn and kind of fold it in itself to get it down in there. So there it is. So I know you guys can't see it because I can barely see it. It's just sticking straight up in the air, all the way down. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your hot water, not scalding, hot water. And I like to do this slow just because my opening is kind of small. And I just want to fill it up to the top or as much that will fit. You don't want it to, you know, spill over once you put your sprayer in. But I like to get as much out of this as possible because this is a one and done. And I will explain the one and done in just a second. Okay, so that is about as high as I'm gonna be able to go. So then take your sprayer, make sure it's on tight. Okay, and then you're gonna shake it. So you're just gonna shake it. And you're gonna see as, I can already kind of see it, it starts folding into itself. The hot water is just gonna soften it up and get all the components that they put in fabric sheets. It's gonna kind of just loosen them up and everything's gonna go into your water. So now this is gonna turn into your fabric spray. So I suggest you leave it for 6 to 8 hours. So you don't have to, but I suggest you leave it to 6 to 8 hours when you do a brand new bottle. So I always like to do it like the day before I'm gonna clean, my cleaning day, or before I know company's coming. I'll make sure I have a full bottle, or I'll have a backup bottle. Like I already have a bottle and I'm gonna show you this here in a second, but this is like gonna be my backup bottle. So I always have a backup bottle. So I always make one 6 to 8 hours. I let my first batch sit. You could do it as earlier than that. Don't do it any earlier than 2 hours because I noticed that it needs that full minimum of 2 hours to get all the smells out. And the components out of our fabric sheets. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna let it sit. You're just gonna let it sit, let it do its thing, 6 to 8 hours. It's gonna cool down, all the components are gonna come out, and then it's gonna be ready to use. Before you use it each time, make sure you shake it. This is mine that I'm currently using. It's half gone. You can kind of see this white here is the sheet is in here. And I just labeled it homemade Febreze, shake before using. And I labeled that. I like my stuff labeled. However, just in case somebody else uses it so they kind of know what they need to do. I am gonna make some cute labels. I do wanna make some cute labels so I can actually put labels on here with sticky paper, and that way they're cute and professional looking. But you just wanna shake it. I shake mine really good. This has not been shaken, so I'll shake it for, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. And you'll notice the color changes. It'll be, it looks really transparent before you shake it. Once you shake it, it's like all those components come out and they're equal and it kind of looks milky. Now, it comes out clear, nothing, we have not experienced any staining or anything with your fabric whatsoever. There is none of that. And that is the reason why we want to be very careful with making sure your bottle's clean and making sure you're using dryer sheets because these are already safe for fabric and safe for clothes. So you're not going to want to add any kind of essential oil to this or you are going to have a problem and you're going to have staining and splotching on your rugs, your furniture, wherever you happen to spray this. So this is already safe for clothes, so kind of keep that in mind. That's what you want to stick with. So don't deviate from that. Don't put in any kind of dish soap on this. Don't put any laundry soap or hand soap. Just leave it alone. This is all you need. So just shake it before you use it and go spray. It is excellent to revive any kind of fabric. So let's break this down. We had our free bottle, right? We already had a bottle. and it's water. We all have water, right? So we buy our Febreze pack. So say this is $8, because I think this box was like 7 something, which I was like, oh, that's a lot of money. But then I said, yeah, but how many uses am I gonna get out of this? This is 80 of the jumbo, 80. So I'm gonna get 80 bottles. How much would Febreze cost you if you bought 80 bottles? Think about it. That's a lot of money. I mean, we're talking $6, $7 a bottle times 80. I mean, it's so much money. I can't even do the math that quick because that is like so much money. So this is a way, spend the extra money, buy yourself the one you really, really, really like. It smells really good to you, that's gonna work in your home, and try this. You're gonna save a ton of money. We all in this world that we live in, even if we don't have to, we still should be. How can we save? How can we save? How can we try to do things ourselves? For me, you know, it's like I have a garden and we have fruit trees and I make our own bread, and there's all these little things that I do. So at certain times of year, I don't even have to buy fruit. And there's times we get so much fruit that I actually am able to freeze it all for the full winter, and I don't even have to buy fruit for my smoothies. So it's like, it's a sustainability. Bread, we don't buy bread. We haven't bought bread in, gosh, months and months and months and months. I make my bread. So that is just kind of a saver in itself. So you just have to think outside the box. How can you save a little bit of money, do better for the planet because you're reusing a bottle? It's not like you're buying brand new bottles all the time. And it's a win-win for everybody. So guys, I really hope that you guys try this. If you do, put down in comments that you tried it, how you liked it. Let me know what scent and what brand you ended up buying of fabric sheets. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know, because it may be able to be improved on. And just because I do it this way doesn't mean that you guys have to do it this way. This is just the way I'm doing it, and it's working for me, but maybe down the road I'll come up with something else or something better, or how can I improve on it? So if you guys come up with a different suggestion or solution that works really well, make sure you leave a comment and let us know, because we would love to hear feedback from you guys, because maybe we can do something a little different or a little better. But pennies on the dollar, you cannot beat this. So go home, make yourself some Febreze spray. Just make sure you have yourself a little bottle, clean out a bottle if you need to, get yourself some hot water, and purchase some yummy, yummy fabric sheets. So thank you guys. This is Jamie with Sweet Pickens. We appreciate you guys being here, and we will see you all soon on the page.